Really cool.
Yeah.
Joining us now is Wish TV's medical reporter, Dr. Mary Gillis.
Yeah, and we're having some breaking news. We just heard about actor Bruce Willis. Mary.
Yeah, that's correct. So Bruce Willis is suffering from a severe medical condition that is causing him to step away from the spotlight for a little bit. Okay, so the family of Bruce Willis revealed he's suffering from a medical condition that's affecting his cognitive abilities, and he's taking a break from acting. The Die-Hard actor's daughter, Rumor, shared the news on Instagram, saying he's been experiencing some health issues and was recently diagnosed with aphasia. Rumor posted this as this is a really challenging time for the family, and they are appreciative of the continued love, compassion, and support. The post included names of Willis's former wife, Demi Moore, who also shared the post, and their other daughters, Scout and Tallulah. It also included the names of his current wife, Emma, and their daughters, Mabel and Evelyn. So according to the Mayo Clinic, aphasia is a condition that impacts the ability to communicate and can be caused by a stroke, head injury, a brain tumor, or a disease. So this is a condition of the brain. Typically develops in middle age, but really it spares no one, including children. About 1 million people in the U.S. have aphasia, with approximately 180,000 new cases diagnosed every year. So everything starts in the brain, and I want to point out what areas of the brain are affected and why damage in these areas cause this disorder that impacts, quite severely a person's ability to communicate. So one area that is damaged is known as the Broca's area of the brain. So speech is impaired, and these patients often eliminate small words such as is, and, or, the. So the NIH gives the example of Broca's aphasia as a person saying walk dog. This really means, what they really mean to say is I will take the dog for a walk. Or book, to table, meaning there are two books on the table. So there's also another part of the brain that is affected. It's called the Wernicke's aphasia. It also causes speech problems, but leads to a loss of ability to convey language in a coherent manner. It's kind of as if someone knows what they want to say but can't say it, and when it comes out, it doesn't really make sense. So the NIH again gives an example. A person with aphasia, Wernicke's aphasia, may say, Smoodle Pinkard, and that I want to get him round and take care of him like you want before. So this is actual patients from the NIH that have worked with people with Wernicke's aphasia. So this is an example of something they might say. But most of the time this condition, it requires speech therapy. So it can be something that is managed, or even sort of not cure, but sort of like you can regenerate rehab and regenerate those motor neurons in the brain that affect speech. So it's also a family issue. Family members can do a lot of things to help with recovery. So family members can participate in therapy sessions, these speech therapy sessions. They can simplify language, repeat words, and clarify the meaning in conversations. And we don't want to speak down to these patients. We want to have a natural, normal conversation with these patients, and we also want to diminish or minimize distractions while having conversations. So no TV or no other things going on. So this really is sort of a family issue.
Yeah, I can't imagine what the family's going through as this is happening to him, and obviously a guy who's taken care of himself for such a long time.
Having to get to know him again. Yeah. I think especially with people who have professions like acting, for instance, his mind is one of his most important tools.
Yeah,
so I'm sure that having to take a step back from acting with dealing with this, definitely praying for them. But now we're educated on it.
Yeah, and when you think of Bruce Willis, you think of the macho action star.
Absolutely.
And so I know this might have been tough for him to handle.
I will say this, guys. You can rehabilitate. There will be a Die Hard 4. Okay, really, he's gonna. This thing is, you can manage it, deal with it, as long as you do the right things in terms of recovery. Or
knowing him, there'll be a Die Hard 10.
He'll be back.
Right, right. Don't you worry. All right. Hey, Mary, thank you so much for educating us today.
Yeah.